Hi there, Russ again here, and welcome to lesson 3 in the 5 Days to Alkaline series. Now, I hope you're going great putting into practice what you've already learned from days 1 and days 2 and didn't have too many trips to the bathroom yesterday. Now, seriously, that hydration habit gets easier and easier really quickly, but just start slow and build up and let your body get used to it and let the habits get formed. You are going to notice that your energy just from this alone is going to be huge. You're going to get a huge lift just from that hydration habit. Now today we're talking about another topic that people easily gloss over until I bang them over the head with it, and I'm talking about healthy fats and healthy oils. If I could pick only one single supplement that I could have for the rest of my life, it wouldn't be green drinks, it wouldn't be a multivitamin, it would be omega-3 oils. The body thrives when it gets enough and it shuts down completely when it doesn't. Omega-3 is basically required for practically every critical bodily function, and the brain simply cannot survive without it. In fact, a Harvard study about 10 years ago cited omega-3 deficiency as the USA's 6th biggest killer, simply because having a chronic deficiency in omega-3 leads to so many other health conditions. But the sad fact is very few people get enough, and it's surprising because it's really actually hard to get enough from our normal everyday diet. You'd have to really focus on it, and specifically focus on it to get enough daily. And that is why I focus with omega oils and good fats on a diet plus supplements approach. I'm going to talk today about basically omega-3 and coconut oil because I believe both of these are critical. In fact, like I said, if I had only one supplement to choose from out of all of them, it would be a healthy oil supplement. It makes such a noticeable difference to my skin, to my energy, to my mental clarity when I have to go a few days without oils. It really does. So the two most important oils, without question, like I mentioned, omega-3 and the medium chain triglyceride coconut oil. And listed below are my guides to these oils where you can see all of the science and all of the benefits. But just to touch on it briefly, these oils have been proven to be effective for increased energy, for weight loss, for cardiovascular health, for inflammation, for strengthening your immune system, so important, for improved brain function, for stronger bones, for clearer skin, and a whole lot more. These have been scientifically proven to benefit you in those specific ways. Coconut oil is especially beneficial for brain health, and my favourite brain expert, Dr. David Perlmutter, he lists it as one of his favourite supplements, especially for the prevention of Alzheimer's and chronic brain diseases. So I'm hoping that everybody out there is aware now that there are good fats and there are bad fats. And omega-3 in all its forms and coconut oil without question are incredibly beneficial. They're incredibly good fats for our health and for our energy. So in this video, what I want to focus on is how you can get enough. We don't have to focus on what the benefits are or why it benefits you. We can see that in the guides below. Today, I want to focus on how you can practically get enough in your everyday life without having to stress about it, without you having to wonder where and how or eat heaps of fish every single day. We're going to focus on the different ways that you can get enough. So let's get into that right now. So the first really easy way to get extra oils into your diet, and we're talking like 3 tablespoons of oil extra into your diet, is through salad dressings. So this is how I do it. Firstly, if you're having your side salad with every meal, like I recommended from day 1, or even if you're just having a big salad for lunch or a big salad for dinner, no matter how you're taking it, you should be able to get 1 tablespoon of omega-3 oils onto every salad per person. So if you're having a side salad, your dressing would be approximately a tablespoon. If you're having a bigger salad, then per person, it would be about, on average, a tablespoon per person. So there's 2 ways of doing this. There's a quick way, and then there's the slightly longer, but maybe slightly more delicious way. So one thing that I always recommend, and I mentioned this in video 1, is having 2 to 3 delicious dressings in your fridge ready to go every week. Each one would take about 5 minutes to prepare. You can prepare a week's worth and you can have it stored away in your fridge. Below I've listed a couple of recipes for those to get you started. These are the types of dressings that will absolutely transform a salad. So even if you're just having spinach leaves, even if you were just having rocket leaves, or even if you were just having lettuce, if it was just a 1-leaf side salad, these dressings would absolutely transform it. Now, the other quick and really easy method is to basically have flavoured oils, homemade flavoured oils. If you buy flavoured oils at the shops,
I can promise you they're going to be more omega-6 driven than omega-3, and we'll get on to why that's important in just a minute. But if you make them at home, you can basically choose the oil, you can choose the flavour, and they last for ages. So what I will do at any given time, I'll have 3 dark amber glass bottles. It's important that they're dark glass, and it's important that they're glass, because oils, no matter whether it's omega-3, 6, 9, whatever it is, oils, coconut oil aside, which I'll get into in a minute, but omega-3 oils will spoil, they'll go rancid, and they'll go toxic when they're exposed to too much light, air, or heat. So you want to have dark glass bottles, and you want to keep them in the fridge. But basically all you need to do is fill that bottle with oil. That could be flax, it could be a mix of flax and avocado, a mixture of flax and olive, whatever you want, but to keep that omega-3 ratio high, I recommend predominantly using flax. And then just drop something in to flavour it. That could be garlic, it could be chili, it could be basil, it could be lemon and thyme, it could be rosemary. Whatever flavours you love, whatever herbs and spices or garlic or ginger or whatever flavours you love, get them in that bowl, make it airtight, keep it in the fridge. Within a couple of hours it will be ready to use, but you can use that over a really long period of time. Basically, it won't spoil as long as you need it, effectively, until it's run out. And then when you've made your side salads, you can literally just drizzle that over the top and you're getting a tablespoon there. You can also use oil-based sauces or dressings or just oil to drizzle over just vegetables. Even if you just grilled some vegetables or steamed some vegetables to have as part of your meal, get a sauce over the top of that. There's a really delicious red pepper sauce below that's packed full of omega-3. Drizzle oil over those veggies, whatever. Whenever you think there's an opportunity, get that oil on top of it. It makes it so easy to get enough omega-3 in our diet. Look, if we're looking to get omega-3 literally from just the food itself, the amount of almonds and walnuts, the amount of fish even that you would actually have to eat every single day without fail to get enough omega-3 is huge. You have to be supplementing with the oils. You have to be using the oils on your foods, in your foods, wherever you can, to realistically get enough. So dressings and sauces is a great way of doing this. For the coconut oil, so the quantities of coconut oil that you need compared to omega-3 are much lower, and again we'll get onto all that stuff in just a moment, but coconut oil is a great one to get. If you've got the opinion in your head that this type of saturated fat is still bad for you, forget that, change that opinion. It's been proven beyond doubt, 100%, coconut oil will not make you fat. If anything, coconut oil is going to speed your metabolism and help you to burn fat, okay? Forget the idea that coconut oil is going to make you gain weight or it's going to clog your arteries or anything like that. It's been proven beyond doubt that it does exactly the opposite, and you can see the research below this video that absolutely proves that. So with coconut oil, which is such an important oil for our brain health, for our skin, for our energy levels, for our metabolism, it's so easy to get this. Simply by cooking with coconut oil, you can get enough. Okay, coconut oil is practically the only healthy oil out there that has got a really high resistance to heat, light and air, so you can cook with it and it's still healthy. If you cooked with flax oil at a high heat, it would spoil, it would become toxic, it wouldn't be beneficial anymore. Coconut oil is different. So with coconut oil, if you're going to do a quick stir fry, if you're going to be cooking some foods in the oven, whatever your cooking method's going to be, if you need oil, use coconut oil, and it's really easy to get that into your diet that way. That's a really simple one. The third method is in smoothies and in soups. So in smoothies, I love to just add, like if I'm making a smoothie for me, my girlfriend and my son, I will put like a tablespoon of coconut oil in there between us, and I know that we're set for the day. So good when you do that at the start of the day. It doesn't really alter the taste that much. It makes it a little bit more coconutty, but it also adds a really lovely texture to the smoothie. So I really highly recommend doing that, whether it's going to be a green type of smoothie with like your avocados, which is another great sauce, and your spinach and your cucumbers and all that type of stuff, or whether you're going to go down the more sort of nut milk type smoothie path, and there's recipes for both below, with things like coconut milk and almond milk and nuts and seeds and cacao and all those types of things. You can add coconut oil to both, and it makes a big impact on its alkalinity, on its ability to give you that energy, on its ability to fuel your brain and have you feeling amazing and cleanse you out. So adding to smoothies is a great one for the coconut oil. Now, just as a quick note, oils, especially the flax type of oils, don't love that light heat and air. So maybe add this to your smoothie last. So you've smoothed it up, especially if you've got your Vitamix, it's gone crazy. You've finished. Then pour your oil in and just very on the slowest setting, get it stir through. Even maybe just get your spoon in and stir it through the spoon, because you don't want to be just manipulating that oil too much, because you don't want to be disturbing it and changing its structure and turning it from being a good oil to a bad oil. That's something to look out for. Number four is going to be your safety net, and that's supplementation. So I always say getting nutrients from foods, from whole food sources is the best. Supplements are there to supplement. Supplements are there as a safety net, and never has that been more true than with omega-3 and healthy fats in general. I want you to be taking an omega-3 supplement every day. Now that could be a straight omega-3 like a flax supplement, or a fish type of supplement, or a krill type of supplement, or an omega oil blend like an Udo's Choice. I personally love Udo's Choice. There's a link for it below the video, because it's got omega-3, 6 and 9 in really the ideal ratio in there, so it's getting you on a good start. If you're just starting out, you could start with the straight flax. There's a link below the video for that too, but make sure that you have the recommended serve of that oil supplement every day, because let's face it, this is a modern, horrid life that we're in. If nothing else, you've had that supplement, okay? I never want you to be going a single day. It's that important. Never a single day without having some form of healthy oils in your life. You'll believe me, I've been through it. You will notice the difference when you don't. Okay, and that is, for me, that is the best measure of how important it is to my diet, how important it is to my health, that when I stop doing it, I notice straight away. Okay, so every single day, get your supplement in. With supplements, I know supplements, people worry about cost. With oils, is not a place to skimp. You get what you pay for. Please remember that light, heat, air. That's incredibly difficult to say lots of times and say it very quickly. Light, heat, air. Remember that when it comes to your supplements. So think about how that supplement's been processed. Think about where it's stored in your supplement store. Think about the format it's packaged in. Don't go for the 5 million capsules for $20 type of ginormous pot. You get what you pay for. It would be so much better to have a more expensive but higher quality supplement that you take less of, than to be wasting your money on a cheap supplement, okay? So supplements is number 4.
So now let's focus on the nuts and bolts of how much, what type and what balance of oils we should be getting for the maximum energy, vitality and health benefits of having these oils. And let's start with the big question. How much do we actually need? Well, the answer is we want to be aiming for around 3 tablespoons of omega-3 per day and at least a teaspoon of coconut oil per day. This, of course, can come to you in many varieties, and all the methods we just talked about a minute ago are all going to contribute. Now, for some people it sounds like a lot, but if you had your side salads every day with your dressing on top and you followed those lessons, you're going to be getting those 2 to 3 oil spoons every day. Plus, of course, if you use the oils in cooking and if you supplement, if you drizzle it over your vegetables, you're going to get there really quickly. Now remember, supplements are there to supplement, and it's best to try to get enough through your diet, of course, but like I said, I recommend taking an omega-3 supplement every single day. Now remember, 3 tablespoons, that's your minimum. That's the minimum amount you need. If you have more than this, you're going to be feeling amazing. That's the minimum amount. You can't have too much. So let's stop for a minute now and look at what exactly is omega-3. And there's actually 2 major types of omega-3 in our diet. One type, ALA, is found in most of the vegetable oils, and you want to be focusing on flax as your main source of ALA. But it's also found in leafy green vegetables and vegetables such as Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale, and all of those salad greens. The other type, EPA and DHA, is mostly found in fatty fish. Now, the body can convert ALA to EPA and DHA, so if you're vegetarian, you're not going to miss out, but that's one of the reasons why it's good to have that supplement safety net. Now, one area that we need to really be aware of is the ratio of omega-3 to omega-6. Omega-6 fatty acids are also a polyunsaturated fatty acid that is also an essential nutrient, which basically means your body can't make it itself, so you have to get it through your diet. But there is so much abundance of omega-6 in the Western diet, including from all the different vegetable oils and a lot of the food sources that we get commonly every day without thinking about it. And this is where a problem can kick in. Because while omega-6 fatty acids are healthy, if the consumption of 6 far exceeds the consumption of omega-3, then you can start getting into trouble. When there's too much 6 consumed, there is evidence that it can increase the risk of a whole host of conditions that are mostly inflammation based. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has published a number of studies, one in 2006 that shows that an increase in omega-6 lines up with an increase in cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity and so much more. Why? Well, in simple terms, the body needs omega-3 fatty acids to prevent all of these conditions, but when you consume that much omega-6, the omega-3 and the omega-6 are competing for the same enzymes to convert them to be used by the body. So what this means is if the quantity of omega-6 in the diet is high, it's directly going to affect the conversion of omega-3, and the omega-3 is needed for all of this inflammation prevention. The more 6 we consume, the less omega-3 can do its job. And in the US and most of the Western world, it's predicted that we're consuming 6 to 3 at a ratio of 25 to 1. This creates a massively inflammation environment, but the more 3 you consume, when you start to address that balance, the less 6 is available to start to cause that inflammation. So when you try to focus your omega-3 so much more, less than you're focusing on your omega-6, you're going to reduce that inflammation. And the ideal ratio that we're aiming for is basically at least 2 to 1. So 2 times as much 3 as 6. Ideally, preferably, you're going to be aiming for 4 to 1. And the 4 tips that I've shared with you above are going to do exactly that. The dressings, cooking with the coconut, the smoothies, the soups, through supplementation, all of these things are going to give you much more omega-3, much more MCTs from that coconut oil, and you're going to be seeing a massive increase in your energy, your mental clarity, your skin, your hair, plus so much more, while fortifying your immune system and fighting that inflammation. You're going to be feeling amazing. If you follow even half the steps from days 1, 2, and this one in today in day 3, you're going to be feeling absolutely phenomenal. And tomorrow we've got another video, day 4, where we're going to be addressing the most alkaline foods you need to focus on and the most acidic foods you need to avoid. It's a really important lesson. It's probably the core fundamental of the whole alkaline diet, and I really can't wait to see you on that lesson. So enjoy what you've learned here today. Get putting your oils in those smoothies, get making your salad dressings, get having those salads, and I'll see you again tomorrow for day 4.